Greetings, film fans. John Campy here, senior editor of AMC Movie News, and we are really pleased to be joined by a very special guest this morning. I want to remind you guys, opening up in AMC theaters everywhere, go and check out amctheaters.com and find your tickets for Alex Cross, starring our guest right now, Mr. Tyler Perry. Tyler, thanks so much for being here, man.
Oh, it's my pleasure, John. I'm excited about it.
Listen, let me start with a very basic question. First thing that came to my head when I saw you and Alex Cross. I was talking to one studio executive, and they're saying, one of the genius points of Tyler Perry is that he has been so smart in how he's handled his own, personal brand. He's really cultivated his strengths. He's played to it. He's developed it. He's grown it. And he knows when is the right time to really branch himself out, start growing in those circles, and his reputation for what he's known for doing. Alex Cross is such a brilliant move on that part. What was it for you that made you want to take on like a role like this, an action-oriented type of role, a dramatic role with action, and at the same time, what made Alex Cross the right character for doing that?
Two things. So it was Rob Cohen, who was a great director, and James Patterson. When you put James Patterson, you say James Patterson and Rob Cohen, my ears went up. There was one thing that made me say no, and that was that Morgan Freeman had played the role initially, and that's Morgan Freeman. He actually played God in a movie, so you don't go behind Morgan Freeman. But what I found in that is that. As I was reading the script, I love the arc of the character. I love all that he goes through, his sensitivity, his love for his family, his thoughtfulness, his kindness. Then he goes to work and he's somebody else. And then by the end of the movie, this lion has been unleashed. And he becomes this badass. And that was really all intriguing to me. So that all those things together was yes. Yeah.
One of the neat things about the film that really jumped out to me, too, was you have an incredibly good supporting cast around you. From Jean Reno, the professional himself is in there.
Sure.
Talk about the transformation a little bit. This was the most startling thing to me of Matthew Fox.
Yeah.
Because he comes on screen and all of a sudden, wait a minute, this is not the guy who talked about that transformation.
Yeah, no, you do a double take as I did, because we didn't talk very much on screen, off screen. When we met, we shook hands. I said, I'm Tyler. He said, I'm Matthew. It was good to meet you. We won't be talking. I was like, yep, that's right. We went in different directions because we're playing enemies in this thing. You need a great villain. But his transformation was beyond anything that I'd ever seen on film. And he's so eerie, so scary, so just prolifically crazy in this thing that it's intense. He has you on the edge of your seat the whole film. He's great at it.
One of the things that I love in these types of movies, and it isn't done well often, is when the film creates a real bond, if you will, between the antagonist and the protagonist.
Sure.
We see it in the poster. We were just talking about how much I love the art of the poster that really illustrates well in the film that there is this bond that is created between yourself and Matthew Fox. Talk about the importance of that tension between your two characters for the film to work.
Well, what was most important, that's why we kept our distance, because we wanted the tension to be there. What I didn't want to happen is what happened with Ed Burns and myself. We met, hit it off, became great buddies, and I felt like Matthew and I would do the same thing had we had a few conversations. So we kept the distance because I think that in any film, especially a thriller, you need the villain to be horrible and intriguing, and Matthew played it in such a fantastic way. It allowed me to have a lot of different avenues to get to where I was trying to go.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned Ed, because I think one of the other elements for a film like this to work is that camaraderie between the buddies in the film. Instantly, you feel that on screen. Talk about working with him a little bit.
Well, Ed Burns, I tell you, if he were black and I was Irish Catholic, we'd be brothers, because we work the same. Our ideas and the things that how we work with writing, producing, acting. He's got a great movie coming out called The Fitzgerald Family Christmas that I'm super excited about, that he wrote while filming this movie, and I was writing a movie while filming this movie, because you got a lot of downtime. When you're just acting. So, but the bond between us is real and genuine, and that's what shows up on screen.
That's awesome. Well, listen, we took to our social channels to ask you guys if you had any questions.
What camera are you looking
for Tyler?
at?
I'm looking at this one. You're looking at that one.
Okay, you're looking at that one. Okay.
And Roth is back there. She selected out a bunch of questions from you guys. So, Roth, what do we got from our Facebook and Twitter feeds here?
Well, first of all, a lot of people just wanted to say hello and that they love your work.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm sending that message to you. But Obieta Elizondo wants to know, how did it feel for you to star in a drama that you did not write and direct? What was that like for you?
That's a little bit different. That's one of the things that jumped out at me, because I instantly looked at the poster the first time I was getting acquainted with the movie. It's like, wow, he didn't write or direct this. This is a little bit different.
Yeah, it was really a vacation. Obieta, is that her name? Obieta. It was really a vacation because I had an opportunity to just act and really focus on the character, and I think that is why I was able to bring so many levels and colors to the performance, because all I had to do was focus on the performance, which is really, really great. And I've never had that luxury before. before. Being in the hand of a great director, I know how to lead, but a good leader knows how to follow. So following Rob Cohen, I'll follow you as long as you know where you're going. And he clearly knew where he was going. He knew what he wanted, and it made it all work well for me.
What else we got, Roth?
Adahuiam wants to know, what message do you hope to send with this role in an action movie? Because so much of your work is message-driven.
Yeah.
What do you hope the message of this film will be?
What I'm hoping that people walk away from this is just a fantastic thrill ride on the edge of your seat, loving it from beginning to end, and just the tension and the tenseness that you go through in watching a thriller. I took this on just as an actor, so as I read the script and I thought about all of it, the totality of it, my focus was just the acting, and I went in with that entire thought in mind, so that I could just let go. Yeah.
What else we got, Roth?
Well, that leads well into Ryan Jones's question, which was, what was the biggest sort of adjustment or transformation for you from going from a comedy to a drama?
Yeah, I think the biggest adjustment for me in going to this, in going from the comedies to the drama, is what people don't know about me is I'm a pretty serious guy all the time. So it wasn't that far of a stretch in my own life. But just knowing that this guy, who he was, understanding him, riding along with police officers in Atlanta, cold case homicide detectives, talking to profilers, it really let me know the seriousness of this guy's life. So it helped me to prepare the entire background for who he is and who he was. And there's no comedy in that.
One of the things I want to ask you too is, I mean, naturally we see you on screen all the time, so we have a general idea. You're a big dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm watching this, and I was like, this is a perspective I've never seen before. Tell me a little bit about, did you physically prepare much differently for this film? Because do you normally walk around this huge?
Yeah, no,
I mean, what is this for you?
No, that's pretty much my size. And the great thing about that is I did work out. I did Krav Maga training, Israeli fighting, which I love. I kept it up long after the movie wrapped because I really love it and really enjoy it. I love being able to kick a little ass every now and then, so it's pretty cool. And going into the gym and losing all your frustrations in a punching bag or something. But yeah, I'm a pretty big guy. But this is the thing that really made me say yes to it. When I looked at James Patterson's original description of the physicality of Alex Cross from the early books, I felt like he was describing me. So I thought, this is really great. And when I talked to him about it, he said, you are who I had in mind. Because he says this guy's a linebacker, built like a linebacker. Well, I definitely could have did that.
Well, I just got two more questions here for you. I've dying to know, now that you've done a film like Alex Cross, so much action, and you did it so well, are you looking forward to doing more action, or what do you see coming up for you in the future now with this experience now behind you?
Well, this was a long time coming. I mean, it was 7 years and 15 movies until I found something that really appealed. So it's all about what appeals, what makes sense, what I'm excited about. So if something comes along that excites me, no matter what it is, if it's drama, if it's comedy, if it's action, if it's sci-fi, which I love, which my favorite genre of all times is sci-fi.
Which was so great seeing you pop up in Star Trek.
Yeah, wasn't that pretty cool? Won't be in a new one, though. They didn't call me back, man. Must not have done a great job.
He's lying. He's actually the villain.
No. Won't do that. Actually, timing didn't work out. And
okay.
JJ, we spoke the other day, and he's stoked about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so let me get you to put on your salesman hat for a second.
Okay.
Why are AMC audience members going to love watching Alex Cross when it comes out in AMC theaters?
Well, first of all of the James Patterson audience who loves this character, they're going to love this movie because it's the prequel. It sets up, you see him as a family man, you see him loving his family, and the ride that you take, everybody. The ride that you take. So you've got the James Patterson audience, and you've got my audience who's really excited about me doing something new and something different, and super excited about that. And then you've got a whole bunch of people out there who don't know very much about it, but are looking for a great action thrill ride. This is that movie. It tugs at your heartstrings. It's got great emotion, great character depth to it, and I think people are going to love it. They're going to be blown away by the end of the movie.
And I'm going to add to that. There are a couple of surprises in this film that I did not see coming at all. There's some great misdirections. Tyler, congratulations on the film. Thank you so much for being here. We cannot wait to have Alex Cross in AMC theaters.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks, John.